Hey guys, it's your girl Princess Lee, also known as Lailee.
They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like it. I be getting to the money. Everybody mad. Think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. Same old nigga from the block. Same old nigga with the block.
Hey guys, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this new intro and the new outro that is going to come up when you watch this whole video. So stay tuned for that part. As you guys can see by the title, I am recording a part 2 to my unpopular opinions because I first recorded my unpopular opinions last year during the summer. And during that era, it was really popular for those videos to be on YouTube. And now I just feel like now that we're in 2020 and so much that has happened, it's pretty accurate for you to hear my unpopular opinions because in my last video, those opinions were pretty popular. But this time... But anyways, let's get straight into this video. First thing on my popular opinions list is Kim Kardashian is a cultural appropriator. On this note with Miss Kim K, I also want to add that if your parents or anyone that you know is voting for her husband, Mr. Kanye West, for presidency this year, drop them off at the nursing home and pick up new ones on your way back. Thank you very much. Like, I don't know if this is gonna get me dislikes or whatever. I really don't care. But in my certain opinion, she is a cultural appropriator because I do not know if you guys know, but she did steal. I haven't looked at it since like a few months ago since I first saw it, but she had stolen a cultural piece of clothing and then called it something else. And then the creators of this piece of clothing contacted her and was like, oh, this is what it's actually called, so if you could change the name, we would be grateful. We could invite you to our country and we could show you around, show you what it's really like being here and stuff and what things are actually called. And she denied. So also, I know y'all saw her with them, with whatever the hell this was, whatever that was. Her sisters as well. Just throw the whole family away. Ship the whole family away, please. This whole family be collecting black men like they some damn infinity stones. Like, anyways, y'all get to my gist. If you disagree with me, disagree with me. If you agree with me, agree with me. That majority of parents should not have kids. Now, I know that most of the people my age are gonna agree with me on this. Most of these parents in this generation should not be having kids at all, and past generations as well. Stop having kids. If you do not sit down and think to yourself, not to anyone else, but you don't think to yourself, man or woman, am I mentally stable and ready to help develop a whole child that will grow hopefully to be an adult? Am I financially steady to provide them with the things that they need, such as shelter, clothing, food, hot water, things like that? That's basically only the 2 things that you really need to check off your bucket list to become a parent, and maybe skipping those only 2 steps. Stop having children for Instagram, for likes, for views, all this other stuff, for validation from other people. This is a child, not a Build-A-Bear. It's not gonna come out how you want it to. It's not gonna look how you want it to. It's not gonna feel and agree with you with the things that you want it to. These grown folks and even children too that be having more children, be having expectations on what their newborn child is going to be like, and then get upset and take it out on them when they're not up to their expectations that are too high or just certainly not them. If your child is gay, if your child has different political views, if your child is an activist, anything, you have to accept your child because guess what? You chose to have this child. Speaking towards women, you chose to have this child. If you're put in a situation where you are pregnant and you're not ready to be pregnant, don't have the baby. Don't have the baby. Which means either you can get an abortion or you can give it up to adoption or you can just give it to a family member and have them raise the baby. If you are not ready to have a child, don't raise that child. I don't understand. Because then all these people, all these hateful people are having all these children just because, oops, it happened, feel like I don't have anything else to do. But you have more options. There are kids starving. There are homeless kids. There are kids in the foster system. What are you What are you doing? You just sit down and prepare yourself for what is about to come ahead. You are going to have to teach this child, develop this child into a grown adult. That's literally what it is. And it might sound scary, but if it sounds like something that you can't handle, don't do it. Think about it first before you even try to have the idea pop in your head. Oh, I want a child. But what does it mean to have a child? Number 3, Crocs are not shoes that you need to be wearing in school and restaurants, etc. Please wear those at home, the water park, and the grocery store. You know, somewhere you're gonna be in and out in less than an hour. Stop wearing these Crocs, these clown shoes, these water shoes to formal events. You look crazy. And then the people wearing them with dresses, throw the whole outfit away. I can't, like, these things went from $12 in Walmart to $45 in Journeys. I'm flabbergasted. $45 could get me an actual pair of shoes. Most teachers shouldn't be teachers. Now, when I say that most teachers shouldn't be teachers, I really do mean it, because when it comes to you being a teacher, you're gonna see hella children in just one day, in just 7 hours. And your impact on these children, majority of the time, stays with them for the rest of their lives. So watch what you say to children. Before you become a teacher, like I'm saying with the parents, you have to be ready to deal with children. All children, because these kids ain't finna be all lovey-dovey. Oh yes ma'am, I bought you an apple. No, you're gonna have to deal with bullies. You're gonna have to deal with racist kids. You're gonna have to deal with homophobic kids. You're gonna have to deal with gay kids. You're gonna have to deal with immigrant children. You're gonna have to deal with people who are not Christians like everyone thinks that they are. If you are not ready to take care and provide for children like you should in the school system by teaching them and giving them love, because if you didn't know, teachers are also supposed to give their students love, because not all the time those children are getting that at home. If you have the audacity to treat the students that you are supposed to be caring for like crap, you really need to choose a different profession, because majority of these kids that you're treating like crap have to go home and then get treated 2 times worse, and then go back to school and deal with you, not by choice. So you choosing to work in this profession means you have to do what you have to do. You can't be snapping on kids. You can't be like, oh, I don't like kids. Why are you a teacher? These are not your children. These are other people's children that are trusting you to educate them, not parent them, educate them, and make sure that they are safe in your school. And then when teachers want to be like, oh, I don't have to be nice to you, you really do. The US education and prison system are built off capitalism. Now, if you don't know what capitalism is, this is the definition right here. I don't know which one is built off capitalism more, because honestly, at this point, it's really a tie between the two. Because when it comes to the education system, it's really not about teaching kids, like I'm saying. It's really not about caring for kids. It's just about money. Schools don't have enough money because the money is going to the government, not to the schools, not to the children. And that's why most schools are broke down, need more books, need uniforms, need school supplies, and they don't have it. When it comes to the prison system being built off capitalism, being the fact that African Americans are 13% of the population and the US would make up 50% of their prisons, really add on top of it, because they really bring in the big bucks. Okay, that's what they do. They over police our communities, and then they arrest our black men and our black women, put them in the prisons, and then make money off of them as if we're made for profit. That's what they do best. And by they, I mean the white man, if I wasn't clear. Because if you've never seen a type of police or prison show, then you wouldn't know that not only in the shows and the movies, but in real life, that the officers not only bring in drugs, they beat, they rape, they sexually assault the prisoner, they starve them, they threaten them, they threaten their families on the outside. They scratch out their letters and their packages or whatever to black out the things that they can and cannot see. They record the phone calls and all that so they can listen to what you're doing. And some of them, for like the people that don't speak English, they have translators for that. They bring in weapons into the prison so that other inmates can shiv each other and murder each other, and they cover it up. And also, it's really hard for people in prison to try to get evidence to the people on the outside of what's being done to them. So if you really want to see what's going on, you really have to research that. Like I said, we're made for profit. Number 6 is you can choose family. Like, I don't understand the whole situation with toxic people telling children especially that they can't get rid of family and that they're just gonna have to live with it, or at the end of the day they're still family. No. If you're toxic, I'm cutting you off.
Where's Chloe?
Not in here. Like, if you're a relative and you bring pain and misery to my life, you're not family. You're a relative. You're related to me by blood. I do not claim you as my family because family is here to protect me and help me and love me, and that's not what you're doing. So guess what? You're not my family. I may call you family to your face because I just don't want to hear you run your mouth, but that doesn't mean that in my heart you are my family. I choose my family. You choose your family. Just because you are born related to someone doesn't mean that you have to accept them. That's not how it works. And then people want to be like, oh, I'm sorry that your mom hits you, but at the end of the day, you can't hate her. That's your mom. She gave birth to you. No, that's not your mom. That's your mother. Mom, mother is 2 different things. Same thing with father and dad is 2 different things. A father and a mother is just 2 people that conceived you. A mom and a dad is 2 people that love and care for you and support you for who you are, who would do anything to protect you. Those are mom and dads. Don't ever get that twisted. You have someone toxic in your life that is related to you by blood, you cut them off. You get to have a choice. It's not up to them. It's not up to DNA. Oh, do you guys like my earrings? I got them from Romwe. The link will be in the description down below. They were like $2 or something. Number 7, you cannot support Black Lives Matter and not support LGBTQ+, and vice versa. You know why? Because Black people can also be gay. Black people are also bi. Black people are also lesbians, queer, pansexual. You can't be a gay person and be going to Pride and doing all this and support everyone in LGBTQ+, but not support Black Lives Matter. Because you support these LGBTQ+ lives, which include Black people, and you can't be supporting all Black Lives Matter and then say except the queer ones. You can't choose which one. You have to choose both. Number 8 is there is no such thing as an illegal person, as an illegal human being.
On that note, abolish ICE, take those children out of those cages, and reunite families.
And for the people that want to come in my comments talking about if they want to be in here, they gonna have to do it the right way. But didn't your people come here on the Mayflower and slaughter the indigenous? Rape their women and move them to a small plot of land? And still terrorize them and mock their culture? But yet people of color can't come here for a better life. And by better life, I'm not mocking the immigrants, I'm mocking the US. Because the American dream is false, baby. Unless you're Caucasian. That's for you. Enjoy your white privilege. Number 10, and I don't know if this one is gonna blow y'all's minds or what, but Black does not mean African American.
Whoa, I can't believe she just said that. Oh my gosh, then what's Black? What's Black? What am I? Oh my gosh. No, she didn't. Why would she say that? That's so uncalled for. What is she even talking about? She's not even Black. What?
I'm gonna stop you right there. And I'm gonna repeat it for the people in the back. Black doesn't mean African American. That's not what it means. Being Black means that you have African descent. If you're African American, you are Black, but that's not what Black means. Being Black doesn't mean African American. Because I don't know if you guys realize, but African slaves were not only taken to the US. they were taken across the world. So African American means that your African ancestors were kidnapped and brought to the US, whether you know which country they were from or not. That's what African American means. So me, I am Black, but I'm not African American. I am Afro-Latina because my ancestors were from Africa, but they were shipped to DR, as in Dominican Republic and Cuba. So I'm not African American. I'm Afro-Latina. So just like most or some African Americans don't know which country in Africa they originate from, same for me. I don't know which exact country in Africa I originate from, but I know that I originate from at least one of them, you know, because majority of Dominicans, 85% to be exact, have African descent. So I'm part of the 85. Just like they were also brought to Europe and Asia and Australia. Because if you didn't know, original Australians look like this. Aboriginals. Number 11 is that there is no physical, mental, spiritual, possible way that you can be a non-Black person, say the N-word, and not mean it with hate. So, for example, let me just explain this out for you guys. Let's say that a white person says the N-word, right? And then a Black person calls them out for it. And then the white person says, whoa, I didn't mean it in a discriminating, hateful way. That's not possible. You want to know why? Because the word came from hate and discrimination and belittling. ER or A, whichever one. You cannot call me that or say it out loud and not meaning it in a racist, hateful, and discriminating way. That's just not possible in a rude way. So basically what I'm saying is white people just don't say the word. And if you have the caucasity to say, if white people can't say it, no one can say it. The door. Get out. Now, my opinion, me, because this is a video about my opinions, so I'm gonna say whatever the hell I want to. Black people shouldn't say the N-word either, but that doesn't mean that I'm not trying to correlate it with the, if white people can say it, no one can say it. No. Me personally, I just don't think that Black people should say it or just say it a lot because, again, it is a discriminating word and it is filled with hundreds of years of oppression. But I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't say it or say that I don't sing it in songs, but I'm not gonna say it every single second, every single minute, because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes it just doesn't feel right. The word just doesn't feel right. Especially if you're white or just not Black, you're not gonna tell no Black person how and when to use the word or how or when it's appropriate to use the word. That's none of your business. That's none of your concern, and it's not your place. Stay in your lane. Thank you. Number 12 is light skin privilege is real. It's not the same as white privilege because, again, white people, on the scale of privilege, white people are up here and Black people are right here. But if you're light skinned, you're like right there. You know, I mean, you're still at the bottom. You're just a few inches higher than people who are darker than you, which is sad and disgusting, but it's true. Like me as a light-skinned person, I acknowledge that me being lighter is always gonna get me less hate than a dark-skinned woman. I know that. I've seen it. It hasn't really happened to me personally or in a way that I could blatantly tell that I was getting less discrimination because I was light-skinned. If you're light-skinned and you have the audacity to say that light-skin privilege is not real, I'm gonna need you to also step out and log out for me, sweetie, because that just doesn't add up. It just really doesn't. You cannot tell me that you get the same exact hate as a dark-skinned woman with 4C hair with your 3B curls. You just can't say that. Because white people and white men are always gonna see you as the exception for a black woman if you're light-skinned. Like Zendaya, or like this beautiful actress right here that I can't remember the name of, but I'm gonna put her picture up. These are the exceptions for black women. And even for dark-skinned men, there are always gonna be some ignorant boys that are always gonna be like, I want a light skin, but not a dark skin because I'm already too dark. That doesn't make sense. Please get out. I'm really trying not to curse here because I'm just not trying to curse. Please acknowledge, if you're light skinned, that you do have light skin privilege. You need to stand up for people that are darker than you and you see that they're getting treated wrong or more wrong than you are getting treated. You need to say something. Like, you have to. You're entitled to say something. I don't care. You have no excuse at all. Number 13, I know I'm finna get some people with this, but I really don't care. Sexual orientation is not a choice. It's not a choice at all. I'm just gonna say this because I want to, and I'm bold, and I really don't care because this is my channel, but I am indeed bisexual. I like girls and I like boys. But if you asked me if I had a choice, I would not like the men. I would not like the men. If you have the nerve to say that I choose to like men and women, you're out of your mind. If I had a choice, do you really think I would choose men? You really think I would choose that? That this is an option for me? No, 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 no. It's not a choice. It's not a decision. Do you know how many queer people cry and pray that they could be straight for the validation of others, especially family members that want to disclaim them and kick them out of their home because of who they are? They literally try their hardest. Don't like this person, don't look at this person, don't find this person attractive, none of that. You like the opposite gender, that's it. Baby, that's not gonna work. That's not how it works. It's not a choice, it's not a decision that you make. It's not that difficult to understand. Like, you're born that way. Do straight people choose to like the opposite gender? You tell me if you're straight and you choose to like the opposite gender. No, you don't. You just be like, oh, he's cute, or oh, she's cute, right? You don't choose who you fall in love with. Straight people just love to be weirded out and to bash good parents when their 3rd grade child is openly gay. You cannot try to diminish someone else's parenting when you're a terrible parent. You're a terrible parent. You don't talk to your child, you don't like your child, you don't comfort your child, nothing. But you have the audacity to wonder and put yourself in someone else's home and someone else's business and try to bash them for how they're raising their child when you can't even raise your own. Because I know when I was little and I was looking at TV, seeing nice, cute brown actors, I'm like, she's really pretty. Like, really, really pretty, you know? But I never grew up in a home where anyone was like, oh, that's okay. I always grew up around people being hateful towards anyone in the LGBTQ plus community at all. Any chance they got to bash them with gay family members. And then when they get called out for being homophobic, it's, I'm not homophobic. I have gay family members.
You gotta be kidding me.
And then also be transphobic. It's none of your concern, because guess what? They don't like you. They don't like you, Miss Draggett. They do not like you. Anyways, child, number 14. Adults are insensitive when it comes to mental health. Every single generation. Hopefully, not my generation that's gonna grow up to be parents, because we've been through too much trauma to be crappy parents, okay? Adults just have this funny way of just thinking that everything is a joke, or that we just shouldn't be taken seriously because we're children and we just don't know what we're talking about, or it's just a phase. No, because majority of the time the parents are the ones who's causing these mental health problems, or just relatives. It's either relatives, or it's always school, or it's the internet. Like, you just want to sit down with your parents and be like, hey mom, hey dad, hey whoever's looking after me, I feel like I'm depressed and I've been feeling this for a while. I wanted to make sure it's not a phase before I came to you, and I wanted to let you know what's going on with me. And then they just go on and say, you're depressed. What do you mean you're depressed? You have nothing to be depressed about. You have a roof over your head. You have clothes on your back. You have food in your stomach. You have nothing to be depressed about. You're ungrateful. When I was little, I had to wonder where my next meal was. When I was little, I was bouncing home from home. Are you trying to tell me that that's what you want from me in order for me to feel how I'm feeling? You as a parent, that's what you're saying to your child? That's what you think is okay? That's what you feel in your soul and your heart is right? To say that to the person you conceived, to the person you chose to raise. Number 15. Ooh, number 15, I'm finna razzle y'all up. Y'all are gonna get mad. I don't care. Get mad. Get mad. Go ahead and take your time to type a paragraph in my comments just for me to delete it and get you more riled up that you wasted your time like that on my channel trying to put that negativity up in here. Anyways, drop your dislike and go. Deuces. Clothes do not identify your sexuality. Now, I know a lot of adults that like to say, boys shouldn't wear dresses. Boys shouldn't wear skirts. That's gay. That's this, that's that, that's wrong. That's not normal. I don't care what type of normal you grew up with, but this is this generation's normal, baby. If I see a boy going outside with a skirt on and he looks good, you best believe I'm commenting on his entire fit. I am hyping him up because the confidence, I love to see it. You hate to see it, but I love it. I appreciate it. I applaud it. Keep wearing your skirts, keep wearing your dresses, keep wearing them high socks with the shorts, with the everything. Keep wearing makeup, keep doing anything. Keep wearing cute little earrings, keep wearing gloss, keep wearing bras, keep wearing crop tops, especially. I love it. I love it. Pop off. And especially it's with the straight little boys and then the grown women adults that love to hate on it the most, because, and by little boys I mean like 13 and up to maybe 18, or just grown men now that love to hate on it and call it sus or gay, or even say the F word. No, you're just insecure. You're insecure. Your masculinity is fragile. Your ego is fragile. That's what it is. You hate to see a man being who he is, being comfortable with what he's wearing. A man can be completely straight, love only women, that's all, and go outside in a bra because he's confident in his sexuality, because he's confident in who he is. And you don't like to see that. You're jealous. You're jealous. But yet you love to be homophobic and transphobic, but yet you sag your pants and don't even know where sagging your pants comes from. But come for these straight men, bisexual men, gay men, pan men, trans men who are living their best life. And you're at home playing your PS4, eating chips, haven't taken a shower in 3 days. Smell like old nasty ass oil. But you're coming for these beautiful men. Now, I just want to put a video up right here of this beautiful bisexual man that comes up on my TikTok feed, I had to follow him because the style is immaculate. The vibes immaculate. Okay? This man knows what he's doing and he's doing it right. Men, please stop being fragile. These men who are you so threatened by being so comfortable in their own skin, they don't want you. They don't like you. You're not attractive to them. Number 16, last one for today. Hannah Baker jokes are not funny and they're not jokes. Now, if you don't know who Hannah Baker is, she's a character made up on this show called 13 Reasons Why. Basically, the whole show was created and surrounded around Hannah Baker taking her own life because of bullying, sexual harassment, and rape that went on. And I think her 16 years of life, she was a high school student. The show's on Netflix if you want to watch it. There are very inappropriate images. You're probably gonna cry because it's really heartbreaking, honestly. Before I watched the show, I always heard little comments and little snickers about people saying Hannah Baker is so dramatic. She killed herself because people were saying she has a fat ass. I watched the show. That's not why she killed herself. Hannah Baker, this character made up in this show, who honestly portrays so many women and men out in the real world, she killed herself because she was getting sexually harassed and bullied at school. That's one of the reasons she killed herself. Then she gets raped, but yet it's funny that she killed herself. Because yes, this is a fake character in a show, but there are hundreds of thousands of people just like her. So you laughing at her means you're laughing at all of them. Because it ain't no joke and it's not funny. If you laugh at sexual assault, harassment, you're the real joke. That's all that I have for this video today. I'm sorry if this video seemed a little bit dark. And I'm not sorry if it made you uncomfortable because these are things that people have to talk about more. And these opinions of mine shouldn't be unpopular. These opinions should be talked about more. Thank you very much for your time and for watching this video. If you're all the way watching to the end, I hope you guys like my shirt and my earrings, and I hope you guys just really like this video. Honestly, I need to stop ranting. This recording is an hour long. That's honestly enough at this point. You guys heard what I had to say. I hope I get to see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.